YouTube. This is Lane's Boys coming to you with another video about natural hair and in particular fine natural hair. So today's video will be a tutorial on how I received this look. This is a braid out on fine natural hair. I am loving the way it turned out. So if you really like to see how I got this look, stay tuned.
So I am ready to do this hair, and as you can see, I am really enjoying the look, and I am pulling out the things that I'll need, such as clips and combs to hold my hair, as well as the products that I'll be using for moisturizing my hair. So good old H2O, of course, is the best moisturizer that there is. And I'm just clipping my hair to keep it out of the way. And I'm not really using parts per se. I'm just grabbing pieces of hair, a couple spritz of water, and I'm working the water into the hair. And just kind of smoothing that down. Not really removing the definition and separating to begin my braid. Now I'm starting really tight at the base because I want it to be tight to my head. But as I braid down, I am loosening it up because I don't want it too tight, because I want to be able to get it loose quickly in the morning. So just kind of loosely braiding it throughout the braid. And then once I get to the bottom, I am going to add a little bit of my SheaMoisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie to the ends for a little more hydration, as well as a little oil. So I spritz the ends with water first, add the Curl and Style milk, comb that through just to kind of make sure my ends are completely detangled. And then I'm going to twist just a little bit because I've taken the three and made them into two to kind of twist it a little bit. And then I am going to put a little oil on the ends. And this is the first time I'm using this product. This is the SheaMoisture Strengthen and Grow Restorative Oil. It's the Jamaican Black Castor Oil line. So I'm just trying that and kind of putting that on my ends. And then I'll coil the ends to make the curl. And as that begins to draw up a little bit, it'll curl up into its own. But with the fact that it's braided, I will maintain the elongation that I have. So just kind of sectioning again. And just doing this by hand. I'm not really caring about neat parts because, again, this is just a style. Just going to clip that away. And right there, I'm just kind of deciding if I'm going to make that one or two. And I think I'm going to make that, into two. Nope. This is funny because I'm just kind of watching this as I record this voiceover, and I guess I'm making this into three. Now, one thing to note here, I started at the top, and I don't know why I did that. Normally, I would start at the bottom, because you'll see as I progress, when you do that, that hair that's complete kind of gets in the way when you start getting to the bottom, and then you kind of get that piece, in the bottom braids or what have you. So it's better to start at the bottom. Now, if you notice, I put a little bit of the Curl and Shine milk on there, and that's because I just felt like my hair was a little dry right there. And again, with natural hair, pretty much everything that you do is coupled with listening to your hair. That's the best advice that I would have for anyone who's newly natural, is to constantly listen to your hair. There is no norm, so to speak. Yes, moisturization is important, and every natural will tell you that. However, as you style your hair, there's nothing that tells you you know, other than your touch, what your hair needs. And right then my hair needed some more moisture, so I added not only the water but a little of the curl cream as well. And that one is braided again, same as before, kind of tight at the root, and then loosen the braid as I went, and adding some curl and style milk and a little oil and detangle the ends. And then I will coil the ends for the curl effect. Yep. Now, as this got older, like this is day 2, but as this got older, and I will have a picture at the end of the video of it, probably I think on day 5, I did use bigger braids just because my hair was already so defined. So again, I'm going through the same process of adding the water and making sure that's in my hair really well. I didn't need to add any more product because my hair was really moisturized really well. It's just that in that crown area, I don't know if it's because I don't see it as well, but sometimes I find that I miss spots. So that felt a little dry, and that was the reason why I add the curl and styling milk at that point. And here I'm not needing to do that. So again, it's all by touch and just knowing how your hair feels. If you notice that braid in the front, it's had time to kind of settle down for me manipulating it. And as you can see, the curl, you know, that has curled and coiled quite nicely in the front there. So I hope you guys are enjoying. This is the first time I've actually did a hair tutorial. I did one before about protein treatments, but this is particular about styling. So I hope you guys enjoy that. And if you'd like to see more, please definitely comment below and let me know. And see, you can see what I mean, how that one's now sticking down. And so I'm about to do this one, and there's hair sticking down. So it makes it a little harder. But for here, because I did slick my edges, I have a little more gel down here at the where your your sideburns are. So I will make sure I moisturize that really well and try to get that gel loosened with the moisture, because I don't want to have any breakage. That's just something with my hair and gel and breakage. Now I'm just splitting this into 3 and starting the braid just like I did all the other times. And again, braiding tightly at the root, loosely as I'm coming down. And at a certain point, I stop. I split that third piece of hair and divide it between the other 2, and then turn it kind of into a twist. And twist it just a little bit, and then I'll coil it. And to be honest with you, I do it differently. Sometimes I twist it a little bit, then coil it. Sometimes I just completely coil it. Just depends. There's no rhyme or reason. You know how it is when you have natural hair. You just do stuff. But I'm really paying attention to my ends. That has been the key for me. And length retention is just make sure that my ends are constantly moisturized and that I take very good care of them, making sure I'm not combing them roughly or anything like that. All right, you guys. So I am completely done with that side.
So this is the front half of my hair done. And I am going to do the rest of my hair off camera and then come back and show you the rest of the way that my hair looks when I'm completely done. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I've completed my whole head, and basically I have 2 braids on the top, 2 on the side, 2 on this side, 3 on the back on this side, and 3 on the back on this. And as you can see, when I braided my hair, I didn't complete the braid all the way down. What I did is I kind of twisted the end and then coiled the end so that I could have the curl that I like to have in my hair. whenever styling. So I do like this in the fact that it takes less time than twisting my hair, and it also I have less braids in my hair than I would normally have with twists, but it still gives me a nice definition. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. I will post pictures of the after results, and if I have time in the morning, when I may come on and just show you guys how I separate my hair and style it for the day. If I don't have time, unfortunately, I'll just post the pictures. But it's very easy. It's similar to taking down, twist out. You just make sure you separate the hair where it begins to naturally separate and fluff with the pick at the root. So appreciate you guys' time, and thank you so much for watching.
So it is the next morning and I am taking my braids out. Unfortunately, I'm holding the camera because I'm not set up in my bathroom to record. So I have to do this with one hand, but normally I can just pull and the braid comes right out because I don't braid it so tightly, but I'm having to do it this way because I'm trying to hold the camera so that you guys can see, and you see the definition on that. I really, really like the definition. And so I will begin to, this camera's all over the place, separate this after a while.
So I am back. It is in the morning. This is the final look. I separated my hair where it naturally separates. So when you talk about that, you talk about just kind of pulling either your braid or your twist, and you see how that separates? And just letting it separate there, as opposed to you just picking random places. I find that helps for me with the frizz. And then I use a pick, either an Afro pick or the thin wired one. I already put it up to kind of lift my roots and slick my edges if need be. These they're okay, so I'll just kind of brush them. I try not to slick my edges too often, just to kind of maintain them. And I fluffed as much as I'm going to. I may lift a little bit later. For me, I like for my hair to fall a little bit. And so then it gets a little easier. And I don't frizz it up trying to make it bigger or whatever. I let it fall during the day. But this is enough to, make me, look presentable. And then if I need to fluff it a little later, I will. So I'm sorry, I'm holding the camera. I'm not really set up in my bathroom that I get ready with in the morning to do this, but I wanted you guys to see the final look of my braid out with the little coil ends. As you can see, the curls on the end, so I really like that. And I hope you've enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for subscribing. I'll see you on the next video.